So it's a wonderful celebration this May that we place our hearts and minds on celebrating our elders, right? That's such a powerful word, right? Our elders, because it's a word that speaks about respect and admiration and almost awe. And that's how we should be with our elders. Through thick and thin, they were steadfast, and they handed on to us the world that we enjoy today. We certainly have to advocate for the needs of our elderly. You know, in so many ways, they are the giants, right? We live in the world that they built, that they gave to us. And the elderly right now, in our generation, you know, these are the men and women that made it through world wars. And they made it through the Depression. They made it through difficult times. And we owe an incredible debt of gratitude to them, and we owe to them our respect and our affection. Respect for their wisdom, the wisdom of the years. You know, the Holy Father often speaks about the respect of the elderly. The elder in some cultures are so important, and they're honored. Unfortunately, sometimes the elderly in our culture, in our world, are not as honored as they should be. Our elders are definitely role models, right? They've been through thick and thin. They teach us then how to be steadfast. What a wonderful word, right? In the midst of turmoil and in the midst of challenges, unbelievable challenges for many of them, they were steadfast for their sons or daughters, for their grandchildren, who they had at the very center of their hearts. We are who we are in large part because of them. So what a wonderful opportunity to learn from their experience, their lived experience, their history, to learn the best of them. In particular, my grandparents had the unfortunate circumstances of having to flee a communist country and to leave the world that they knew, the world that was given to them, that was taken from them. They had to come here and begin anew. And they did it for love of their children and grandchildren. Imagine leaving your house as you left it today, never to go back again. Never to go back again to a country of which the language is foreign as well as the culture. But you do it because there are other values that guide that. And talk about being real heroes in my mind and in my book, in terms of my family, that they had to, for the good of family and for the good of us, leave the world, which was the only world that they knew. And they did it with great love, with great courage, and at a great cost and a great sacrifice. So forever, that will be a shining moment, though a challenging moment for them, but for me, as a first-generation American, to see that my grandparents, wow, they went beyond the call of duty. Yet May has a wonderful day in which we honor our Blessed Mother. The Church places our heart, our focus, our eyes on this incredible woman of faith, a role model of the Christian life, who is characterized by the simplicity of her faith and obedience to God's will. Values that we should incorporate all into our lives. Mary, without totally understanding what the Lord was asking of her and the implications that it would have, her yes was rooted only in one thing, that the Lord had asked. And she said yes. And her yes was a transcendental yes. It was transcendent. And through Mary is the door by which the Savior entered the world and entered history and entered time, through whom we got to meet him. We got to meet him. She is the model of mothers, right? She is the perfect mother, by her docility, by her strength and her courage. And it's through our moms that we also showed up on the planet. right? And not only showed up on the planet, then she cared for us and fed us and clothed us and cuddled us and loved us and was patient with us when we were just a piece of work. And we all don't find that out until, unfortunately, later in life, that we really go and appreciate who our moms and who our dads are and were in our lives. So this Mother's Day, make sure you thank your mom. Give her a big hug. If she's with the Lord in heaven, then send her a great kiss with your prayer, because our moms reflect the beautiful vocation of motherhood that Mary, the Mother of God, the Mother of Christ, lives in its perfection.